Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar, Stayntouch Product Enhancements, version 5.52, Chain User Dashboard, Summary Statistics by Chain and Property Group, and more, presented by Stayntouch Implementation Consultant, Natasha Leck. I'm your host, Erin Fisher, the content writer here at Stayntouch. Today's presentation will cover how you can get the most out of the Stayntouch PMS version 5.52 product release. In this webinar, we will highlight that the group performa invoice now shows zero rate reservations, show how Stayntouch PMS now automatically posts applicable charges when a reservation is shortened to day use, demonstrate how to use the new chain user dashboard, including how to upload a chain logo, the header, the property tiles, search functionality, and the auto logout setting. We'll also illustrate summary statistics by chain or property group, which includes summary statistics by chain or property group for guest cards and company and travel agent cards, as well as pagination for multi-property guest card statistics. We will have a short Q&A session at the end of the presentation. Feel free to submit questions throughout the presentation, and we will answer them in the order they are received at the end. And that's all I have right now. Natasha, I'm going to hand the presentation over to you.
Perfect. Thank you for that introduction, Erin. All right, so let's dive into it straight away. So the first item would be that when complementary stays are added to the group, they will display on the group performa invoice. So let me go into the menu. We move into our groups and then manage group. Now I've already created a group beforehand. And when we go into our rooming list, we can see here that I have one reservation that has a zero rate or the complementary rate. So now when we move into our transactions and we'll print our bill for the pro forma invoice, if I now click on print bill, let me make that a little bit bigger. You'll be able to see here that I have my reservation with the zero price or complementary rate in the pro forma invoice as well. I just want to mention that this will not have a financial impact on the invoice totals. Then the next item that we have is when a reservation is checked in, normally the charges get posted during the end of day. But now when a reservation is shortened to day use, the charges will post automatically. So I have a reservation here that is already a stay over. And when I go into the bill and charges, you'll see that nothing has been posted yet, as this gets posted during the end of day. But now when I move my reservation from a one-night stay to a day use reservation by dragging and dropping this to today's date and then confirming this update. If I now move into the bill and charges, you'll see that the charges that were related to this reservation will post here. If the reservation gets extended again, the charges will not post anymore during end of day. Then the next item is our new chain user dashboard. So let me just log out of this property. And log back in. All right, so this feature is currently in pilot and will be available in general release afterwards. But here's a look into the new functionality already. So when a user is identified as a chain user, such as my login, the user will be directed to the new chain dashboard. Non-chain users will not be affected by this and will be directed to their default dashboard as usual. The top of the new dashboard will display, for example, the chain name or hotel logo here on the top left. The logo can be uploaded, changed, or removed as desired, but please contact support right at the moment to upload a chain logo. Then we will have the initials of the logged in user here on the right-hand side. Then we'll have the day of the week and the date, as well as a screen name, so that displays the chain dashboard. Then in here, you'll see all the different properties. And in the property itself, you'll be able to see a hotel color. And this is set in hotel details. Then the hotel name, the city and the country, the occupancy for tonight, yesterday's occupancy and tomorrow's, the number of rooms, as well as the best available rate with the currency code next to it. As you can see here is euros, here we have US dollars. Per page, the dashboard will display 9 properties at a time. After this, pagination will be in place. So you can see here the 1, and you'll be able to see the 2 over here to go to the next page. On the dashboard, you can see and filter through the displayed properties. As you can see here, the search bar, by name, city, or country. So I can type in the name of the place, of the property, and this will display here. Or I will be able to type in the city. Or I'll be able to type in the country. You're also able to filter by the property group. Now note that these property groups can be set up via settings, chain, and property groups. So as you can see here, I have 2 different kinds of property groups. And when I select those, the hotels that have been assigned to this property group will display here. The no property group will show the properties that do not belong to any of the set property groups. Let me change that back to any property. It is also possible to change the order of the displayed properties by using the sorted by drop-down list. Here you can see the name A to Z, name Z to A, the occupancy ascending, occupancy descending, as well as the bar ascending. Now there is also a set auto logout time for the chain user dashboard, and if this needs to change, please contact customer support. All right, so let's move into the property. And I'd like to show you that under the guest card, you can now see the statistics for all the properties within the chain. So if I move into my menu, to front desk, and then go to guest, and find my guest card. And then here we have the statistics tab. So when we're in the summary statistics tab of the guest card, you can now see the statistics by chain or property group. So I would be able to select a property group here, or I can select a specific property, or I can select all properties. You'll see this for the stays, nights, cancellations, no-shows, ADR, room revenue, and total revenue. And when I open these, you'll see the drop-down. Now the statistics on the guest card will show a max number of 10 properties per page. And after this, there will be pagination, which will allow you to click through the additional hotels. So let me just quickly show you what that would look like. Is as you can see here, under a specific property, or under the chain, sorry, you're able to see the pagination as shown here. And if you can see here as well, it'll have that pagination. This is also the case for company and travel agent cards. So if I move into my menu, revenue management, and company and travel agent card, if I move into my company card, and then go to the statistics, you'll see that same thing here again, where I'm able to select a specific property group, or I'm able to select a specific property or all properties. And when I select that, you'll be able to see that same data, and I'm able to have that drop down of the property as well. And as I said, this is also possible for the travel agent card. Under statistics again, if I select the chain, as you can see here, I'll have that drop down, or I'd be able to select a specific property group. All right, those were all the topics from the release notes. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Natasha. I'd now like to turn over the floor for questions. Remember, you can submit questions through the question box in the middle of the control panel. So I'll give everyone a few seconds to enter those. All right, I'm not seeing any questions, so let me switch back to my screen. All right, so in this webinar, we covered how the group performa invoice now shows 0 rate reservations, showed how Stayntouch PMS now automatically posts applicable charges when a reservation is shortened to day use, demonstrated how to use the new chain user dashboard, including how to upload a chain logo, header, property tiles, search functionality, and auto logout setting. We also illustrated summary statistics by chain or property group, including summary statistics by chain or property group for guest cards and company and travel agent cards, as well as pagination for multi-property guest card statistics. With that, I'd like to conclude our presentation. Thank you all for coming, and if you have any additional questions, feel free to email me at erin.fisher@stayntouch.com. Thanks again.